In this video, I'm sharing 3 FBA tricks that will boost your profits on Amazon. One of them even saved my clients $15,000 a year. Not bad. Okay, so the first tip is one that saved our client $6,000. It was actually a reimbursement, and this is asking Amazon to reweigh and remeasure your packaging every 3 months. So Amazon, what happens is they're like a half an inch off when they measure your product, or even a little bit off in weight. And what you can do is ask Amazon to remeasure and reweigh your package. There's no negatives, there's only positives to this, right? So this is what our team does for our clients every 3 months as we go through every single one of their products, making an individual case ID for their product. And then we say, hey, I have requested Amazon to remeasure, and we do the case IDs for every single product, right? And then what happens is Amazon will reweigh and remeasure your package. And if they're a half an inch off, or even a couple centimeters, a little bit off in weight, they're gonna reimburse you for the last 90 days. So if they were off by like a pound, which sometimes they are, then they're gonna reimburse you all those extra fees that they charged you for FBA shipments. Now, if they accidentally, if they're like, oops, like we undercharged you, they're not gonna charge you more, okay? So there's no negatives here. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, there's the policy right here. So again, this is how you can do it. And then it even tells you how to submit your request. So we can submit the request together. But what we literally just wanna do is we want somebody to actually go into Amazon. So again, we're gonna go here, we're gonna click Get Help and Support. And then we're just gonna ask them, and again, each ASIN or each ASIN FNSKU needs to be in an individual help log. So you can't put them all in one and be like, here's a list of 500 products, please remeasure and reweigh them. Amazon doesn't work like that, right? So again, you're gonna say, hi, please remeasure. Oh, it just says select an issue. So please reweigh and remeasure product. No matching, so I'm gonna actually describe. And then you're just gonna say, hi, please reweigh and remeasure product. You are overcharging me in fees. And then you're gonna put the ASIN, you might as well put the SKU and the FNSKU, okay? Put all those info and then just fill this out to the best of your ability, click continue, and then just follow up with Amazon and monitor it. Again, they overcharged our clients so much before. One of them did get a $6,000 reimbursement, right? And that's a great feeling, getting $6,000 back into your account. So, you know, maybe you'll get a couple hundred, maybe you'll get 200, but what it will do is there's only pros to this and no cons. Tip number 2 saved our client $15,000 a year, and it was making their product non-returnable. So if you didn't know this, you can make your product, most products can, not most, but some of them can be non-returnable if they're in the healthcare category. So if you have to apply it like a lotion, or this is a straw you have to put in your mouth, right? If you have a cup that comes with a straw, you can make it non-returnable due to food safety reasons. So we were able to make our client's product non-returnable. So now people can't return the product, which saved them so much money, because you know how customers, they just love to click a button and return the product, and then you lose money. You're charged all these extra return fees. It's a pain in the butt. So what you want to do is just type in Hickaway on Amazon, right? And then you're going to screenshot and show that it's non-returnable. Screenshot this. Then you're going to contact Amazon seller support. And then again, my issue is not listed, and you're gonna say, hi, my product should be non-returnable. See image attached that shows competitor is non-returnable, right? You need to actually show them, because Amazon's gonna be like, what does that mean? You can't do a non-return. They're gonna say you can't do it. So you're gonna have to push for this, right? And then you need to give a good explanation why it should be non-returnable, right? It's unsafe, it's unsanitary if it's returned to us. You could get disease, things like that. So you need to have some good reasons. And you just need to get one rep to approve it, and then boom, your product is non-returnable now. You don't have to worry about return fees anymore. And we've done this for plenty of clients already, and it's a great way. You just need to, just stay on it. Tip number 3 is reducing returns even more through product support. So if you can't get non-returnable, or you just want to do something a lot faster than non-returnable, this is another way to make it harder for customers to return their item. And you can do this for every product you sell. So Amazon actually has a little slideshow. They just don't tell you about this. It's called Product Lifecycle Support, and it makes it more difficult for customers to return their product, right? So what happens is it's like this on the left side. So they're gonna try to return their product, right? And what happens is if they click return or replace, it's gonna give them a lot of different options. So they can it's gonna give them troubleshoot steps. You can upload a video. You can make them call you or go to your website before they return the product. So it's gonna give them extra steps that reduce the amount of returns. And this does work. The harder you make it to return the product, or the potential that you can resolve their issue before they return the product, the higher the chances are that the customer will not return the product. So again, here's another one where it gives you the website and the phone number, right? And some of them, it actually blocks them from returning, where they have to go through these steps first before they can actually return the product. So it makes it harder, where they may have to contact Amazon support, say, hey, I did go through the steps, it's still not good, and then they give them a return label. So this is a great way, and to access this, you're gonna go to seller. Again, I don't know an exact way to access this. It's like hidden. Amazon makes it hard, but you're gonna do sellercentral.amazon.com/product support. So product support, that's it. And then it should take you to this page. And then these ones are easy to do. So you can just do these ones first. The video program, so that way it shows a video before they return it, like a how-to, like fixing issues, OEM. But this is the big one right here. And you actually have to contact seller support. So you just do a screenshot and say, hey, I want to be enrolled in this. I want do one product at a time, because they do make it hard. But it's a workflow program, and this is where it makes it a lot harder for customers to return their product. And as you know, the harder it is to return the product, the less likely they are to return the product. And that's what you want, less returns. So again, this is a big pro tip. You can roll it for every single product that you sell. And those are my 3 big tips for today's video. What's the biggest money-saving trick you've discovered for your Amazon business? Drop your tips in the comment below. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel, because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, anything mentioned in this video, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. The link is right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. Also, one of our most popular services is our full A to Z Amazon account management service. Within our service, we'll manage your inventory, design, we'll call Amazon for you, we'll enroll all of your products in these and more features that we know on Amazon that others don't, manage your advertising, and of course, increase your sales. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, and I'm signing out.